Good morning and welcome to It's Your Life. You're here with Kelly and Amy. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Amy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Yes. It's an interesting Monday.
Yeah, so I've heard, and we're going to talk about that. So today, for those of you that are joining us, we are talking about how to proceed with kindness and without judgment during these trying times. And so Kelly and I thought this was a very relevant subject for this time of our lives. And we both noticed a few things when we're out in public. So we thought maybe some people could use some support and encouragement if you've also experienced these things, and how can we support each other and kind of build each other up during this time instead of knocking each other down. So tell us a little bit about your experience this morning, Kelly. That was very much this topic.
Yes, it was a very rattling experience. I just moved. It's been crazy. I've not even cooked in a month. I don't think, maybe one breakfast because there's been no food. So I got up this morning like I am going to the grocery store. I've got to load up on groceries. So I go to the store. I wear my mask. There is hardly anybody in the store, maybe a half a dozen people, right? I'm in Publix.
And store too. That's a big store.
It's a big store. So there's hardly anyone around. And so I'm, going up and down the aisles. I always look at the floor to see which direction of the aisle is, right? Following the rules, trying to be considerate of others, keeping my social distance. I have on my mask. I used hand sanitizer before I got out of the car. I use it when I got into the car. It's constant. And I have one more thing to get. I needed jelly for my toast for breakfast. And I thought, oh, okay, it's down this aisle. Well, it was, and I looked down at the floor and it said wrong way, but I looked up, there's nobody in the aisle. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to go down and get my jelly. Well, I hear a voice behind me. You're going the wrong way. I'm like, oh no. And I turned around and I said, there's nobody in the aisle. And then, so I kept going. I turned and kept going. And she said, you're just one of those that doesn't care. You don't care. And I stopped. And I turned around and I said, actually, I do care. I care a lot. I said, but there is no one in this aisle, and I'm getting one thing. And if someone had been in the aisle, I wouldn't go down the aisle. I would have gone around and followed the store rules. But she was pissed. And she starts coming at me, like walking towards me. She goes, well, you're going the wrong way. I said, actually, now, ma'am, you're going the wrong way. Well, because I need to remind you that you need to go the right way. But she was just on me. And I'm like, there's no one in the aisle. And I turned around and I got my jelly. I went and got in the line and I'm just like flustered. Like she judged me by saying, I don't care. I do care. And I did take precaution and look to see if anyone was coming. There was nobody around. And me going the wrong way in an aisle when there's nobody in the aisle is not putting anyone in jeopardy.
Yeah.
And it was like, why was she so mean? She doesn't know me.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
Right.
If I'm in there without a mask and I'm hacking and coughing and sneezing and, blowing my nose and I don't care and going the wrong way. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That's a concern.
Right. Yeah. So Kelly, tell us a little bit. I mean, I'm sure someone that's listening has experienced something similar to this. Tell us a little bit how that made you feel.
It was upsetting because she doesn't know who I am. I worked in healthcare my entire life. I used to work in wound care where, I was like the queen of policing infection control. I was all about the gloves and the washing the hands and wearing your mask and making sure you have your everything on. Don't touch anything that you're not supposed to touch. Use sanitized procedures.
Yeah.
After I had breast cancer, my doctor told me I couldn't go out in public because my immune system's going to be shot. And I'm like, that doesn't work for me. What's plan B? And he said, use hand sanitizer. So I use hand sanitizer everywhere I go. I still do for the last 14 years. I have it everywhere. I know there's germs out there. If I'm sick, guess what? I stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just made me feel bad. It made me feel like whenever somebody questions your character,
Mm. Yeah.
when they don't know you, that is hurtful.
Yeah.
It hurt. It really hurt. Like, wow, she has no idea who I am. She doesn't know what kind of person I am.
No.
I'm a caring, loving person, and I truly care about people. And I do truly care about people in this virus. But I was just going to get the jelly, and there was nobody around. I wasn't putting anybody in harm's way, and I don't have the virus. So
Yeah.
I'm just,
Mhm.
but at that moment, she made me feel bad.
Right.
And, and I mentioned to you earlier that what if that was somebody, like for me, I'm not a confrontational person.
Right.
I don't like heated discussions. I don't like confrontation. I avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
I used to get criticized for that when I was married because I wouldn't engage in an argument. I'm not an arguer. I don't like
Argue with
arguing.
me. Come on, Kelly. Argue with me.
I was like, I'm not having this discussion. I'm not going to get in an argument. I'm not that kind of person. But if somebody is argumentative and a ticking time bomb walking through the store and someone like that starts criticizing them, it can go bad. It can get ugly. And I'm sure that's happened. I've seen little snippets on the news and stuff of people just getting crazy in each other's face and yelling and screaming, getting in fights. There was oh my gosh, about a month ago, I remember seeing some bar, some guy hit some woman in the face because she got too close to him. I don't know, something crazy. It was like, what is wrong with people?
Well, so I wanted to
It's
kind of
hard.
dissect this a little bit because I think that there's some really good points in this that we all want to be careful as a society, as a community.
Yes, of course.
About this is a really sensitive time for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and how we choose to respond to things around us can really make or break us. Personally, professionally, and as a group, as a community. First of all, going the wrong direction down the aisle is not going to give somebody the virus. Okay, so that's a stretch already. I understand why they did it. They're trying to help us social distance because you don't want to cluster in an aisle. So if we have nice flow, I understand why it's there. But if you see somebody going the wrong way, first of all, they may have just missed the sign. Their mind's somewhere else. You can't just assume right to that. Oh, they don't care.
They don't care. And that was
I think we all need to catch ourselves and say, why does that mean they don't care? If they're going the wrong direction, or they're not wearing a mask, or they're, whatever it is that is the narrative that you're following, or the rule that is not being, enforced there at the time. What does it really mean? Does it really mean that Kelly doesn't care? Well, we know that's not true. Okay. And then because your thought goes to there because, so we've been told that you have to do these things to show you care. Oh, so the opposite is true if you're not doing those things. And that's not true.
No, it's not. She verbally attacked me.
And I think that's where the danger comes. And I'm really going to go for a stretch here, and this might really make somebody mad. But I had the privilege to take 8th graders when I was teaching to the Holocaust Museum 6 times. And one thing that stood out to me there was looking at the timeline that led up to the Holocaust Museum. I mean, the actual Holocaust happening was very eerily familiar to this, where people are shaming people for not doing what they believe is what they should do. And it's a really scary place for us to get if we start pointing fingers and being either the wrong way in the aisles in the store police, or the mask police, or the social police. That's a really scary place for us to be.
Very.
So I think we all need to step back. All of us need to step back and kind of think about how we want to be treating people and be treated ourselves, because my quote is very relevant to this. Actually a scripture, and it's from Matthew 7:12, and it says, do to others what you would have them do to you.
Yes. I love that.
People to be judging you and pointing fingers at you and shaming you and accusing you of things that you are not true, like Kelly experienced today, then, you know, that you got to think about how you're responding.
Yes.
And think and catch yourself when you notice that the leap you take is she doesn't care because she's going the wrong way in the store, or she's not wearing a mask, or she's whatever it is she's doing that is, you know, not following the narrative that you believe, does not make it true.
And I would love for somebody to do a study on the direction of the grocery store aisles and how it affects the COVID virus. I'm just saying, you know, how about where they're at the cold cuts counter where there's people arm in arm, basically. I'm just, you know, most of the people in the grocery store where they're getting their cold cuts and they're not social distancing. There's no arrows or anything on the floor. Nobody's yelling at them.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they put it in place there, and
right.
I get it. They're trying to help us with social distance, but honestly, you can still social distance going the wrong direction down this thing. So if you happen to go the wrong way, or you see somebody coming the wrong direction, you can still get around them without, you know, glaring at them or at them, or saying,
even going the right way, and you've got 5 or 6 people in that aisle and you have to pass somebody, it is no different really if that person's coming this way and you're going that way. You're passing at the same. You know what? If you're that concerned about it, spread the aisles out. Take half the aisles away and spread them all out.
Right, or go down another aisle. If you see a bunch of people down there and you're concerned, go down another aisle. Like, we have to be responsible. We have to think ourselves. We can't stop thinking, and we have to stop assuming. I love this. We got a couple of really good things. This one says, this person starts moonwalking backwards and realizes it's the wrong way.
I love it.
That's a great way to add some sense of humor to this. Okay. We're supposed to be in this together, not against each other. We're supposed to be helping each other through this, not.
That is so funny.
If you know how to moonwalk, this is a really good time to do it.
You know what I have done in the store? I have realized at a point, like, I went the wrong way. I'll turn my cart around and I'll just back up what I need, and then I'll go forward.
Yes, I usually leave my cart at the end, and I just kind of slide sideways down the aisle. So, okay, someone else says, I'm sorry, we can't see your names on these. So if you want to type your name, the golden rule, yes, treat others the way you want to be treated. It's not that complicated, people.
Right.
People be shaming you and pointing fingers because they don't agree with what you're doing. No. This is good. Accusing out of fear when they have no authority or basis of truth.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yes. Right.
So, we've got good comments today. I wish we could see this. We have a brain.
Yes, we have a brain.
Use your brain, people. Okay. Because Kelly went the wrong
on that one.
She doesn't care. Okay. Just put the 2 and 2 together. All right.
Right.
Yes. Oh, they have rules. Okay, so we should not have to have rules of passing in the grocery store. We should be able to think for ourselves and say, okay, let's try to be safe here. Let's be intentional here. And I heard you say that. You looked down there and there was nobody there.
I did. I knew it was the wrong way. I intentionally broke the law, I guess. I don't know. But I looked, okay, there's nobody there. The jelly is just on the other side to the right. And I was walking kind of quickly thinking, you know, I don't want to come back carts with somebody at the other end, but.
You were being considerate. You were actually thinking, how can I get down here and get my jelly and not run into anybody so that I don't upset anybody and then upset somebody that was coming from behind you.
Coming the wrong way at me, yelling at me. But you know what? She should have said, excuse me, ma'am. I don't know if you realized you were going the wrong way on the aisle instead of, you're going the wrong way. You don't care.
Yeah.
What?
You know, that's funny you say that because the first time I went to the grocery store after we had our lockdown, because I actually didn't go that much. David actually went most of the time because he was already out and he would just stop on the way home from work. And since I'm around the farm most, I really didn't have to go anywhere. And I didn't even notice the signs at first. So
yes, right.
That's what they did. She said, I don't know if you noticed, but they put signs on the floor that I said, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
I remember thinking, what?
That was kind. That was like, did you notice that?
Right. But
Oh, we know the moonwalker. Lorna McCluskey is the moonwalker.
Lorna.
Thank you,
Lornita.
Lorna. We needed that. We needed that laugh this morning.
I can see you doing the moonwalk, Lorna. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got a couple more here. Be responsible for yourself. See that?
Yes.
You were doing that. So
I checked the aisle. I'm like, there's no one there. I'm going to bolt down. I mean, I puff it down to the jelly aisle,
Okay, and Heidi said she did the same thing. See, Kelly, you're not same thing. Thanks, Heidi.
Oh my God. I went ahead and got two while I was there because now I'm traumatized. I can't go down the jelly aisle anymore.
No, we with our heads. We want to be smart. We want to be, but you know what? I think this is just common sense anyway, to keep ourselves healthy. You don't want to get close to anybody when you are out in public, even before this virus was out there, supposedly. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, wash your hands, good hygiene,
yes,
just common sense thing. I mean, I never got close to people when I went to the grocery store. I don't even know these people. It's like I go up
exactly.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's, and I actually thought some people, when you're in line, they get too close behind you and you're like, what's the hurry? You can't check out till I check out. As I see, I'm in front of you. So why are you breathing down my neck? And in some ways, this whole social distancing has kind of been nice because now it's like people are encouraged to give people a little space when they're out in public. We don't even know each other, We don't need to be breathing all of each other. So anyway, so thanks for sharing that, Kelly, because I'm sure there's others, oh, good. Yeah. See, these are things that everyone's feeling like, we're not alone, Kelly, and you're not alone if you're listening to this. Okay.
Right. And look, we are not robots. I just said that to you this morning, Amy, after the whole incident. I called Amy. I'm like, you're not going to believe what just happened. Yeah. But what people are, and she's probably one of those people that sits home and she was a little bit older than me, sits home, watches the news all day long and says, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I need to do. This is what they tell me on the fake news that I need to do. I have to do this every single day, and I'm going to yell at the people that aren't.
Yeah, that's where I think it's even scary. It's like, it's one thing to watch the fake news and believe it and want to do everything they say if you're not think for yourself at all.
Right.
It's one thing to do that, because that's one group of people.
You're a robot.
There's another group that want to take it a separate thing, where then anyone who's not doing that, they're going to point fingers and shame them and accuse them, which is what she also did. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then there's a third group that also are like the police out there, like anyone who's not doing it, I'm going to go around and make sure and that's not, none of those things are kind. None of those things are necessary. If you're concerned, there's things you can do to keep yourself safe.
Right.
And, just don't go down the aisle. If you see people down there, you can go to their aisle. We're responsible for ourselves. And
right. And that's it. But don't be judging other people. That lady did not, I mean, I wish I should turn around and said, excuse me, what is your name? Let me tell you who I am. Let me tell you the kind of person I am. And I do care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and see, paranoid and filled with fear. So again, there's probably a lot behind her. So we want to give her some grace. She clearly is fearful.
Yeah.
She's acting on this. So if you are afraid, I get it. The fake news has made you afraid. They're clearly want you to be afraid. So, and I don't feel bad saying that. I mean, I don't think the news is giving us the full story. And I feel like it's really scary that that's where we're at now, that so many people are living in such fear. And then they're acting out in this way because, like I said, I've been to the Holocaust Museum 6 times, and it's a really scary place when we start shaming people because they're not following the narrative that we believe. Mm-hmm. It starts from fake news. It starts from a false narrative to get people scared, and it leads to nowhere good.
Right.
Nowhere good. So, people, please encourage people to be kind, be extra kind when you're out in public. People, I try to be extra kind and grateful when someone's helping me out there.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are still going to work, and some of them are afraid themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can just be super kind and helpful, and
Yes.
you know what? Do something that's completely against the narrative. Like maybe help somebody put their groceries in their car. Like, you know,
Right.
do something that is unexpected at this time, because
Yes.
people don't have that support in community. Some people are very isolated and they just
Mm-hmm.
go home and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just don't turn on the news. Just stop watching the news.
Yes, I don't watch it. Somebody texted me something about the storm Laura or something. Said something about Laura, and I'm like, Laura who? The storm that's in the Gulf. I'm like, oh, I haven't watched the news in months. I don't watch the news.
Yes.
I choose not to, because it's upsetting that I won't watch the news probably till after the election, because I can't stand listening to the political slander. People, why do you have to completely try to destroy somebody verbally? It's a verbal attack.
Did you hear Cubby? Or are you not hearing it?
Yeah, I'm hearing him.
Okay. I couldn't hear anything you're saying because he was so loud.
No, I'm just saying, I don't even want to watch the news. I can't stand the political ads right now. It drives me crazy.
Well, I honestly don't think it's healthy for anybody to watch it right now. I don't think it is. It's not helping people that are living in fear. It's not helping them.
So be kind.
Yes.
What?
Heidi's got some more things. Oh yeah, I just love that she justified going the wrong way because you did. Yeah. And then, oh, thank you, Heidi. Yeah. The love of Christ.
Yes.
Kill him with kindness.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I am a Christian woman, and that woman's judging me like, you have no idea who I am.
No. And Cubby agrees. Clearly my dog was agreeing with us with all the barking.
Yes.
He was like, go, Kelly, go. Go, Kelly, go.
Crazy.
All right. So let's talk about what is today. What is
today? Ready? Drum roll. Da, 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 da. Today is National Waffle Day. So you know what? I think I'm gonna make waffles for dinner. I just baked some chicken yesterday that we never ate, so I put it in the fridge. I think we're gonna have chicken and waffles tonight. Is that a Southern thing or what?
Waffles for dinner.
Waffles for dinner. I want to use my waffle maker I haven't used in a year.
Okay, so Kelly's having waffles for dinner. There's also another day today, you said, right, too?
It is also National Peach Pie Day.
So you can have peach pie for dinner after you have your waffles.
I'm not going back to the store today. I've been traumatized enough today.
See, and that makes me sad. That makes me sad because that, you know.
Well, then, honestly, it's going to make me really, it's going to put me on pins and needles going to the store now. Like, oh, dear God, am I going the right way? You know, am I 6 feet away from this person? They can lash out at me at any time. Do the grocery delivery, I guess. Maybe I'll start doing that.
Well, no, you know what? I would encourage you to go right back to store and carry on the way you have. You didn't do anything wrong.
No, I didn't.
We're very intentional.
I checked the aisle first for people. There were no people.
Yes. And you know what? I think I don't know. The only thing I can think otherwise is it's hard to do this. I'm picturing myself trying to do this is when someone's that rude and unkind is to just turn the cheek and say, have a wonderful day, you know, and just walk away. Because I mean, I know you wanted to stand up for yourself, and I'm glad you did because.
And I stood up for myself in a kind way. I just turned around and said, "There's nobody in the aisle."
Yeah.
And then when she said, "You know, you don't care," I did stop and turn and said, "I do care."
Yeah.
I really do care. And then I turned around and she kept, you know, I'm like, yeah. Oh, by the way, you're going the wrong way too. So don't yell at me.
Well, we're going to pray for that lady. We don't know her name. Let's pray for her that she will find some peace because she's clearly afraid and there's more going on behind all that mess of the way she was communicating with you. Somebody,
and, you know,
Kelly, for you.
Take a kung
fu class.
Aw.
You know, it'd be funny if you just pretended like you're going to just get ready like this and go.
Stand on one foot like get ready to do a karate chop.
Yeah, you can do that. And you can, oh, Heidi, you're full of ideas here.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love it. Yes.
Let's go like this and go, I love you.
Yeah, I did actually like the pants she was wearing. I was about to say, those are really cute pants you have on.
Well, see, but again, that's yeah.
Well, you know, and I mean, not in her defense, but in her defense, I guess. I mean, you never know. Maybe she lost a loved one to COVID and she's super paranoid about it.
That's why I say we want to give people that are also in that state of mind grace too, because we don't know what their journey is.
Right. Right.
But particularly with you, we were talking about, please, people, if you are afraid and you see someone not following the rules, it doesn't mean they don't care. Certainly doesn't mean that, particularly with Kelly, does not mean they don't care. Right. And it also could mean they're not following the narrative. They're not agreeing with the narrative. And that's okay too. Okay. Last I checked, we still live in the United States and we are free thinkers. And, yes. And that's okay, because that's how we progress the way we have. We have thought for ourselves and created things and progress very quickly for our nation. So we want to continue to be free thinkers. And if we don't agree with somebody else in the way they're doing things, we want to be kind. And
do not judge them. It is not our place to judge anybody.
No.
Unless you're a judge. But
yeah, but that's kind of your job, so you probably should then.
Right. You know, I remember this quick story because I know we're almost done, but I remember when my oldest son was in middle school and you know, bullying was a thing, and there was this kid that was bullying him, and it kind of became an issue. But I knew the other kid, and I knew what his home life was like, and I knew that he had been bullied terribly by his older brother.
Yeah, that's typical. Bullying. Yeah.
Yes, and you know, I remember telling my son, like, you know, you have to understand, he comes from a family life where his experience, his programming is this. So that's what he knows. So we can't judge him and automatically put him in the category of being a bad kid because this is what he has learned at home. Right. So, you know, we have to understand that and know that people, you know, like I said, maybe that lady lost a loved one from COVID. You know, you don't know where people are in their life because, and it's because maybe it's something they have experienced. Maybe they're just in a bad mindset, but you know, we can't judge people is the bottom line. No, don't judge people, just be kind.
Try to figure out what's behind it. It's just for us to be kind and not be the same way. So the more of us that can do that, I think the better things will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And if you need to hear now with message Kelly or I, we're with you. You're not alone.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
You're not alone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Thank God.
No. Well, and just a few people that showed up today to join us, clearly others have experienced similar things. So hopefully that will encourage everybody a little bit today.
Yes.
So we're going to be live somewhere on Friday. We're back to doing our lives.
Yes, we're back in normal routine, which is great. I need that.
So just
routine
if you're a local business in the, I guess, Lee County area, kind of Bonita, Fort Myers, North Fort Myers, Coral, and you're a local business and you'd like us to come and do a live at your place, you know, give us a call. We'd love to come and visit you on Friday.
Yeah. Great idea. Put it out there. Awesome. Or if you know somebody, you know, reach out.
Yeah, because we want to, you know, share the current hours and how they're doing things and just let people know what you're doing.
Support the local businesses for sure.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good conversation. Love it.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing all you did, Kelly. I think it encouraged a lot of people. All right, everybody, we sign it for now. Remember,
it's your life.
It's your life. Bye for now.
Bye.